Hello, everyone, and welcome to the closing ceremony of the St. Louis Rapid and Blitz, an inaugural event that simply broke all records and will go down as one of the most famous events in chess history. I'm Maurice Ashley. We're here at the World Chess Hall of Fame. I want to thank them for hosting our event. And this truly was indeed special. There's some summers that you remember. Maybe it was a fantastic vacation or a special someone that you met. Well, this summer had it all, and we had simply a whole summer of chess, beginning with a match of the millennials, the strongest young players around the country, challenging the strongest young players here in the United States. We continued with the Sinquefield Cup, where one Magnus Carlsen joined us, the best players in the world, regaled us with fighting chess, won by Maxime Vachier-Lagrave. And then we closed out with this event, the St. Louis Rapid and Blitz, won by Levon Aronian in fine style. And, of course, also, we had Ultimate Moves, which showed how much fun chess is, the passion that we have for the game, a little bit of trash talking by the players as well. It was absolutely a fantastic summer. We're glad to close it out here. And for more remarks, we welcome the executive director of the Chess Club and of Scholastic, well, let me get that right, Chess Club and Scholastic Center of St. Louis, Tony Rich.
Thank you, Maurice. I'd like to begin my remarks, as I do most times, by thanking the two people without whom none of this would be possible. Their vision, the resources, the strategic direction, and the passion for chess and what we're doing here is really what has made all this possible. Dr. Jeannie and Rex Sinquefield, thank you. And of course, there's a litany of people to thank. Fleischman Hillard is our PR firm. Kylie and Mark work with them very closely to make sure everything happens. Silverback and Spectrum Studios, led by Randy Sinquefield. I mean, their crew is responsible for all of the video work and all of the wonderful viewership numbers that we've had online. I would be remiss, of course, if I didn't thank my staff. I always say they are the ones that make me look good. It's amazing how hard they all work, and it's because they share our passion for what we're doing, and they're really invested in the future of St. Louis and the future of chess in America. So it's been a wonderful experience. Shannon Bailey, my counterpart here at the World Chess Hall of Fame, even Hikaru Nakamura. I mean, really thank them all. So the Grand Chess Tour started as a partnership between, way back in the day, it was Norway Chess, London Chess Classic, and here in St. Louis for the Singfield Cup. It has since evolved. Now we have 5 events in the Grand Chess Tour. We started everything in Paris and Leuven. Paris Grand Chess Tour, Leuven, your next move. Here in St. Louis over the past 3 weeks, we've had the Singfield Cup and the Saint Louis Rapid Blitz. And the Grand Chess Tour wraps up in London this December with the London Chess Classic. So that'll be very exciting. Everyone's, fighting hard for the top honors at the Grand Chess Tour, and I think we'll see some exciting chess in London coming up. I mentioned the Grand Chess Tour, and there are a ton of people to thank within the Grand Chess Tour, but I'll keep my comments limited. Paris Grand Chess Tour is sponsored by Colliers International, Vivendi, and Daily Motion. And then Leuven is actually sponsored by Your Next Move, which is a charity helping run chess programs in schools in the area. So they've been excellent partners on this. We're very excited that they're coming back next year to continue to keep the Grand Chess Tour what it is and help us grow. Our technical director at the Grand Chess Tour is Graham Jurgensen, who couldn't be here today. But Graham is the one who's been behind the scenes helping make sure all of the details between the events work seamlessly. All of the players have the information that they need, so we couldn't do all of this without Graham, of course. But like I said, the Grand Chess Tour really is the premier chess series, the premier chess sequence of tournaments throughout the world every year. And it's our goal to continue to make it better, to continue to grow the chess tour, and to continue to provide more opportunities to spotlight these amazing chess players. Let's have a round of applause for all of them. So I mentioned before, we've all got bosses. In this case, it's my pleasure to introduce to you Rex's boss, his wonderful wife, Dr. Jeannie Singfield.
Hey, something very exciting happened today in the Ultimate Moves. They all smiled. And so I get to introduce Rex. Congratulations as being able to beat your son and a few grandmasters here or there. And we have 3. Anand's a former world champion. Gary, longtime world champion. Future world champions. And the one who is never going to make world champion, but is the godfather of U.S. chess, Rex Singfield.
Well, thank you, Jeannie. You never know, I might surprise you. Already last year, I had 3 grandmasters imitating my most famous move. So, thanking everybody for the Grand Chess Tour, I want to thank the genius, the visionary, and the true inspiration for it, former world champion Garry Kasparov. And of course, it's going to be redundant, but it's worth it to thank Randy and all of his crew, and Jennifer, Yasser, and Maurice, and Vara Kobian and Robert Hess for the tremendous live commentary at Kingside, and Alejandro and Yvette for doing the commentary in Espanol at Kingside. Muchas gracias. Muchísimas gracias. Yes. The reason we have these tournaments is because we have Jennifer, Yasser, and Maurice. That is the only reason to have all these events, so that they can show how good they are. And they are, I say it over and over, but I mean it, they are the best commentators of any sport in the world, period. So the Grand Chess Tour is working around thinking about the 2018 international calendar and how to expand the tour. And as we learn these details, we will let you know them as soon as we can. And now it's my pleasure to thank one of our public officials. We receive enormous support and encouragement from the public officials here in St. Louis. First from former Mayor Slay. I think you all know that every chess event we had for 8 or 9 years, Mayor Slay showed up. And now we are blessed with the presence of Steve Stenger, the county executive, the man in charge of the entire St. Louis County area, And would you please welcome County Executive Steve Stenger.
Thank you all very much. It's a real pleasure to be here tonight, and thank you, Rex, for those kind words. It is a pleasure and an honor to speak once again before some of the world's greatest chess players and fans. And as you are well aware, the St. Louis region is the chess capital of the world. And this bears repeating. In light of the large number of visitors who have attended previous chess tournaments here, it's easy to see how the St. Louis area benefits from its standing as the epicenter of chess. There's the economic factor. The chess club plays host to 10 major tournaments every year. And one event alone, the 2017 U.S. Championships held at the chess club in March, generated an estimated $1 million for our local economy, which is incredible. And then there is the ripple effect of being the destination for world-class chess. Many of the game's top players now live in the St. Louis region. This, of course, adds to our reputation as having a skilled, innovative, and intelligent population, which in turn makes the St. Louis region an attractive place for businesses to recruit and hire fantastic workers. Again, I appreciate the opportunity to participate in tonight's Rapid and Blitz ceremony. And I extend my special thanks to Jeannie and Rex Sigfield for their sponsorship of this tournament and for all they do to promote chess and our region. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Steve. Well, you would not have a chess tournament if you didn't have chess players, and these are among the greatest chess players to ever pick up a chess piece. So may I have the honor of introducing all our players, starting on this end. From Vietnam, Grandmaster Liam Lee. From the Czech Republic, Grandmaster David Navarra. From Russia, Grandmaster Sergei Karyakin. Also from Russia, Grandmaster Yan Nepomniachtchi. I mean, on the other end, from the United States, Grandmaster Hikaru Nakamura. From India, Grandmaster Vishwanathan Anand. From Cuba, Grandmaster Lenier Dominguez. From the United States, Grandmaster Fabiano Caruana. And I debated who I should introduce next. But in the end, the winners get rights. But I'd like to say a special thank you to this next person who, without his vision, without his energy, without his passion and foresight, none of this would have happened. And he continues to be a great leader in the world of chess, as he does all around the world, his many humanitarian adventures. He continues to want to make sure his game grows. And he decided to come back out of retirement. He had nothing to prove, but he did so for the benefit of chess, the benefit of chess here in St. Louis. Please give a very warm hand to Grandmaster, 13th World Champion, Garry Kasparov. And the winner of the event, not only the winner of this event, but the winner of the Trash Talking Award. As his grace, his charm, his ability to stay cool under pressure has won all our hearts. And we cannot think of a more deserving winner of this event. Please give a warm hand to, from Armenia, Grandmaster Levon Aronian. I do have a few questions for the players. I'm going to start with a newcomer to not the St. Louis area, as he did play a match here before, but Grandmaster Dominguez, you got a chance to play in the chess club for the first time. Tell us a little bit about your experience.
Well, it was really nice, so I wanted to take this opportunity again to thank the organizers for inviting me. It's always a pleasure to compete with the best players in the world, and especially this year because also Garry was playing, was even more special to play. So I I had the feeling that I could do better, but I guess it's common for all players. But still, all in all, I think it was a great experience.
Thank you. Another newcomer to the stage, Grandmaster Liam Lee. What was it like for you to be able to play not only the event but against one Garry Kasparov?
So I live in this city now. I have been to the chess club so many times. So I have seen your tournaments every year. But this year is different because I get the opportunities to play with all the top grandmasters. And it's a great honor and pleasure to be here to participate in this big tournament and see so many chess fans, so many strong players. So I'm very thankful for the organizer, especially for Jean and Rex Sinfield. About Garry, he's definitely one of the best chess players of all time, and I always admire him since I learned playing chess at a young age, so it's a big honor to play him here. And I think it's a great experience for all of us, and hopefully we'll get more chances to play more tournaments here in St. Louis in the future.
Thank you. Well, who can forget the epic game? I know Garry still remembers this game against Grandmaster David Navarro. Sorry, Garry, but it indeed was one of those battles. David, what was it like to be in St. Louis and to be able to also defeat one Garry Kasparov?
Okay, it was great to play here. Thank you for the invitation. I'm very glad that I could have played here. Okay, I'm not so happy about my play because I made too many mistakes, but I played some good games, and it was memorable to play against Grandmaster Garry Kasparov, and but I was really very lucky in the game. I admit this, but okay. I played better games here, but this will remain memorable for me. I'm sorry for my English. I'm just nervous. Okay. So thank you. Thank you for the invitation.
Thank you so much. The other players have all spoken. I want to make sure we've given an opportunity to our newcomers. Well, we let you take the stage, Garry. You decided to come back out of retirement. I'm still trying to get you to extend the return. We all want to see it. The fans want to see it. Garry, now that it is done, what are your thoughts about your experience?
I'm relieved it's over, you know. It's the end of my chess vacation. It was a good learning experience. I knew it would be a tough challenge. I knew that it would be very hard to fight against my new habits and new algorithms because over 12 years I just, I lost touch with professional chess. And here I think I reconnected at some point. Yeah, probably, this tournament ended too soon. One extra day could have helped. But what I wanted is just to raise the awareness about the Grand Chess Tour and also to bring attention to St. Louis. And that was overachieved. And we have record numbers of people watching it. And I think it's important. People are paying attention. As an ambassador for the game of chess, I could feel exonerated for all the mistakes I made in this tournament. And of course, there's something memorable always happens. So I will, for the rest of my life, I'll have Navarro moment now. I guarantee it.
You still talk about that game. I remember last night I bumped into you in the hotel. You weren't just talking about that game, but all the missed opportunities. But clearly you improved on the last day.
There are many missed opportunities. Yes, I made mistakes. Some really games that I could have won quite handily. For instance, against Levon a couple of times. So, but then also some of my opponents made mistakes. Was hospitality of our Vietnamese colleague who just blundered the rook. Yeah. So after my game with Navarro, so though again I probably equalized at that point. But it's it's overall it's a nice experience. So and I'm again I'm quite happy that I did this chance. I just took this risk, and it's more than I'm more than rewarded for all this 5 days of this mental torture.
Is it indeed the last time you're going to play in a professional competition?
Yeah, but never say never. So again, that's what they say. But now, one thing I know for sure. Again, I will protect my amateur status. I'm not a professional player. I'm not going to play anywhere but in St. Louis. It's very clear. So that because here I feel that I'm suddenly in the right place. So we're building something big. It's many of my dreams that I've been coaching over decades. Now they've been realized here. So that's why I feel indebted to St. Louis. So that's why if it happens, which I doubt very much, it can happen only here in St. Louis. Again, it's a miracle in St. Louis.
Well, we thank you for that. Absolutely, those are great words. We are indebted to you, Gary, for your vision, and we appreciate all the exposure. Folks, over 1 million viewers of both events. Without a Gary Kasparov, that doesn't happen. He is indeed a driving force, bringing popularity to chess all over the world. So please give him another warm welcome for what he does for our game. And we had a winner. Levon, you played extremely well in this event. You dominated on the first day, started off slow, and then caught your roll at the end. Your feelings about the event and keeping your positive record against Gary Kasparov?
It was a very, very interesting event. I have to say, I have to compliment the organizers for picking the field. All the players, all the wildcards are very competitive, and especially Gary Kimovic, who I could feel that wants to do very well, and he was playing very exciting chess. So I had very positive feeling from the start. And I think some of the games I was lucky, but generally, I mean, in such tournament, you're gonna get lucky. So, and keeping a good score with Gary, well, I think I should give him motivation to come back and play and play more. So I hope the fact that he lost some good positions will motivate him to play more. And of course, I cannot say enough words to thank Rex and Jeannie for their great contribution to the Sinkfield Cup and everything that is happening in this wonderful city.
Tell us. Thank you. You mentioned that you wanted to make sure you raised your rating and showed people that you were a good blitz and rapid player. Mission accomplished?
Yeah, I mean, there can only be one mission, well, becoming #1. So, but first you need to get step by step. So, I like my chances.
You have won a couple of huge tournaments this year, Grenke Classic, Norway Chess. Now you've come here and won this tournament. You're going on to the World Cup. And we also know there's going to be a special event for you on September 30th, I believe. You're getting married.
Yes.
What's responsible for the resurgence of Levon Aronian? It's like pixie dust following you everywhere.
Well, you know, starting a new family requires lots of positive emotion and also financial support. So, who is better in achieving that than the person himself? So, I thought it's time to start playing more seriously and trying to have a better balance when it comes to creativity and pragmatic approach. I didn't manage in Sinkfield Cup, but I think in the Blitz I was more or less, Blitz and Rapid, I was more or less pragmatic at the right times.
Well, thank you so much. And once again, congratulations, everyone, to the winner of the event, Levon Aronian. And it's on to the money. We had a fantastic player come in third place. He is known as a legend in the world of Blitz, and he certainly showed his tenacity. Despite some hiccups here and there, he was able to bring it home at the very end and prove why he's indeed one of the best Rapid and Blitz players in the world. In third place, from the United States, Grandmaster Hikaru Nakamura. Rex, if you may take a photo op, please. While Rex takes that photo up, with that win, Hikaru picked up 9 Grand Chess Tour points and also a cool $22,500 for his efforts over the 5 days. Much congratulations to Hikaru for that work. Coming in second place, he absolutely astounded all of us with a blistering score, 7 wins in a row against this lineup. I can tell you that's a tremendous feat. He wasn't able to complete the entire comeback, but he certainly showed us why he is indeed the World Blitz Champion. From Russia, Grandmaster Sergei Karyakin, second place. Sergei also picks up 9 Grand Chess Tour points and $22,500 for his efforts. And I'd like to introduce the godfather of chess, as his wife always says, Rex Singfield, to say a few words about the winner.
Well, this on? Mm-hmm. Yes, okay. This was an incredible, exciting event, and I want to compliment and thank all of the players for making it so exciting, and of course the commentators for adding to that excitement all over the world. Maurice already referred to the amount of viewership we had, thanks especially to former world champion Garry Kasparov. I was told today that on one site alone today we had 1 million viewers. That's one site, and there are like 5 or 6 or 10 different sites that cover this event. It'll be interesting to hear from Fleischman-Hillard what the total impressions are that we have in this tournament. Last year, the Singfield Cup, this is measured by radio programs, TV programs, articles written, etc. They estimate how many people could have heard about this or read that article or saw that show. Last year, the Singfield Cup had 670 billion impressions worldwide, and I think we're going to pass that. I'm hoping we reach 1 trillion. So, and now and what a great winner, what a great friend. He's got to be the comic genius of chess, the winner of the St. Louis Rapid Blitz, Grandmaster Levon Aronian.
And for his win, Levon picks up 13 Grand Chess Tour points, as well as $37,500 for his fine performance. Levon continues in simply absolutely fantastic year so far. He'll be moving on to the World Cup, where we'll try to qualify for the candidates to play against Magnus Carlsen. And he also will be getting married. What a nice cap to close out what has been an incredible 2017. It could not have happened to a nicer person. Levon is much deserving. Thank you so much. Well, the summer of chess has come to a close. I've been here since July 26th, calling these 3 events back to back to back. I got to say, I love St. Louis, but I'm happy to be going home. That will be Brooklyn, New York. And it has been an absolutely great year. I tell you, the reason why we do good commentary, I won't say what Rex said about the best commentary team in all of sports, but the reason why we enjoy it so much is because we enjoy each other. And my team, Yasser and Jen and Christian Carilla and everyone who contributed to the rest of the broadcast, it's because we're having such a good time, and it's because these great players give us the kind of chess that make us gasp in shock sometimes and stare in admiration. They are indeed the gods of chess, and they will continue to play brilliant games that make us all so happy. And I'm happy now to say goodbye, Rex.
I just want to thank my teammates in Ultimate Moves for not yelling at me too harshly. I'm sure I deserved it.
Well, I'm sure Randy doesn't want to be reminded of what happened in Ultimate Moves. But it's time to say goodbye. But that's just for now, because there will be more chess to come. Certainly London, with the London Chess Classic, will have the final event of the year. We will once again have the great players, Magnus Carlsen, Wesley So, Maxime Vachier-Lagrave, Michael Adams will join the fray, as well as some of these players you see here. And it will be a tremendous event to close out the year. There's a race between Magnus and MVL, Maxime Vachier-Lagrave. I believe Aronian has also stepped into the fray mathematically as well. He needs a little bit of help. So I think he's hoping the other players beat up on Magnus and Maxime Vachier-Lagrave. But it will be an exciting event for sure. We will be bringing it to you, of course, here live from the Chess Club and Scholastic Center of St. Louis and online at grandchesstour.org. Everyone, thank you so much for your fandom, for your tweets, for your questions, your call-ins. And we'll see you in a few months. Thank you so much, and have a great night.